Hello, welcome to day 3 of the summer term. So this is the maths guide to the worksheet for today. So you will have a worksheet PDF version of this that's in the maths folder, the shared folder, and it will look like this. It will say triangle statement, so I'm going to read it through for you. Multiplication can be done in any order, but division cannot. I explained this yesterday when I said that for division, we need to put the total number at the beginning. Can you use the numbers in each triangle to make 2 multiplication calculations that are correct and 2 division calculations that are correct? Can you also identify any division calculations that are incorrect? So, as you've got here, you can see in the example, they have made 2 multiplication statements using the numbers in the triangle, 2 division statements, and they've also made 2 incorrect division statements on purpose and put a cross next to them to show that they know that they are incorrect. Finally, it says use a tick to show your correct calculations and a cross to show those that are incorrect, as in the example. So this is what we call a triangle statement. We use these a lot. We can use these when adding 2 numbers to find a total. We can also use these when we're multiplying to find a total or dividing to find parts. So in this example, 3 and 5 are multiplied to make 15. So 15 here is the total, or when dividing, 15 is divided by 3 to make 5, or 15 is divided by 5 to make 3. Having a look over here at how it's written, we can see that 3 times 5 is 15. So we can write it with the 3 first. 3 times 5 is 15. And then 5 times 3 is 15. 5 times 3 is 15. So both of those make 15. It doesn't matter what order those numbers are with multiplication. It's the same as saying 3 groups of 5 is 15 and 5 groups of 3 is 15. So those are correct. We know that they are correct. If we wanted to work it out, we could write down 3 groups of 5 or 5 groups of 3, or we could count in 3s and 5s on our fingers or using a number line. Here are the correct division statements. So we know that this must be correct at the beginning because they've used the total to start with. So they started okay here, 15 divided by 3 equals 5. So have they used all the numbers in the triangle? Yes, they have. So 15 divided by 3 equals 5. It's the same as saying how many 3s are there in 15? There are 5 3s in 15. 15 divided by 5 equals 3. So it's the same as saying how many 5s are there in 15? There are 3 5s in 15. Again, we can check this by counting on our fingers in 3s or 5s until we reach the number 15. If you counted in 3s 5 times, you would reach the number 15. And if you counted in 3s 5 times, you would reach the number 15. Now for our incorrect statements. We can see here straight away that these must be incorrect because in division, we have to start with the total number before we can share it into groups. Over here, he started with 5. So that it would be impossible to divide 5 by 15 because we can't split 5 into 15 parts. 15 is too big. The same here. It would be impossible to divide 3 into 15. We can't split 3 into 15 parts. So we know that these are wrong. This is to help you make sure you know the difference between correct statements and incorrect statements, and you know how to turn these multiplication and division statements into multiplication and division sentences which we can read and understand. So it is important that we get the numbers in the correct order, especially for division. So your first task here is with these 3 numbers in this triangle over here. So we've got the numbers 2, 7 and 14. So you should be able to work out that the total number is 14 because that's the biggest number. So when we multiply, the equals number is always going to be the biggest number. And we can write this in two different ways. We can start with a 2. 2 times 5 equals 14, and then we can, 2 times 7 equals 14. Then we can start with a 7. 7 times 2 equals 14, and we can write that out over here. With division, just remember you need to put the total number first. And when you get to these ones here at the bottom, remember you're trying to write incorrect statements. So you would have to write this in the wrong way, with maybe the wrong number at the beginning or the wrong number at the end. And just remember, it would be wrong if the number that you are trying to divide is smaller than the number of groups you're trying to divide it into. Have a look back at the example to help you. And don't forget to go back and tick your correct multiplication statements and put a cross next to your wrong division statements. Do the same for number 1 and number 2, and on the next page we've got 3, 4, 5 and 6. Oh, and there is a 7 and an 8. I'd like everyone to do at least numbers 1 up to number 5, and if you're feeling super confident you can go all the way to number 8. Okay, good luck. I look forward to seeing your work.